That's basically signifying that the podcast is on the go as usual.
We've already. Are we going?
I think we're just going for it. We should probably give a brief explanation of what we're doing as well.
Go on.
And who you are again, maybe.
Well, I'm still Joe.
You are still Joe, Mark.
I'm still Joe.
Best friend.
Oh, so kind.
Technical guy that's going to be basically doing the camera angles.
Yeah, I'm going to be cameraman. I'm going to be given certain bits of kit.
Come 2021, when we figure it all out again, podcast back on, you're going to be flicking the cameras. I think we should mention the situation tonight as well.
Go on, talk about it.
Well, I really wanted some.
You really wanted some. What did
by the way, let's just fucking talk about whatever we want to, and if anything's too naughty, I'll just bleep it out. Right?
I don't mind. You know? I don't mind my mum seeing this. I think she'd see it as a growing moment. So.
Yeah, Yeah. We've got celebrations.
We've got rum. We've got wine.
Basically, I invited about 7 people here tonight. I was going to have a lockdown tier 4 fucking bash, shindig, whatever you want to call it.
Shindig.
And unfortunately, some people dropped out, leaving me in the dark a little bit, and you've turned up with your decks.
I'm here.
I felt bad, because it's just me and you. So that's how this podcast is formed. It is the 25th of December, 2020. This is technically the far side. Christmas special.
Technically. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Got his roll of cigarettes.
We've got pre-rolled cigarettes.
Got a packet of weed.
I've got marijuana. We've got celebrations again. I'd like to reiterate
that I want because I really do.
yeah.
I'm leaving my mobile phone there just in case we do get some.
So if we get a call throughout this podcast at all,
and it goes beep,
you're gonna hear buzzers. I expect to see confetti come over the screen and be like potential.
Yeah. So
I still think we should leave it up to fate. I think.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know, let the wind bring the to us.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Let's go off. Let's just fucking talk about a topic.
So, how do you feel this year has gone?
This year, I feel really bad for saying this, right? But it's been quite fantastic for me personally.
Why do you feel bad for saying that?
Because I know that a lot of people have suffered.
Yeah.
And they've been through some struggles in regards to, the restrictions, or having people that have died of COVID, or, just gone through general hardship because of the situation that we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird for me because I've been a shelf stacker all the way through.
Essential.
I've been,
essential,
rolling around in dough because
rolling around in dough.
Rolling around in dough because
that's part of your job.
The shifts have been abundant. I've been abundant in shifts,
Can't get enough of that shelf stacking.
Can't go enough. And also, I made a few vital decisions at the beginning of the year, particularly.
Go on.
So,
if you're willing to share.
I don't think you've ever met, did you? My ex-girlfriend.
Oh, so okay. So we're talking about.
I'm talking the start of the year, mate. Because I was with you at the start of 2020. If you remember, we were in Hanley, weren't
we? Yeah, I remember that night. It was a very messy night. It was a very fun night.
It was good. And it wasn't long after that when I decided, right, I kind of know what I wanted to be doing this year. And I was quite regimented about it. And I split up with my girlfriend because I was like, right, this isn't serving me any purpose anymore.
Serving you any purpose?
Spiritually, wasn't doing anything for me.
Yeah.
I let that go. And then when the coronavirus decided to show up.
When it came a knocking.
Yeah, when it came a knocking and decided to give itself, introduce itself to the world, I thought, fuck it, I don't want to be in a band anymore either. So I quit 10 O'Clock Chemical.
Oh shit, yeah, that was the start of this year.
Yeah. That was a decision that had come out because of the coronavirus as well, which was interesting.
In what sense? Talk about that a bit. How did the coronavirus bring out?
We weren't practicing, were we? Or we weren't meeting up or whatever, because everyone was like social distancing or not going out. Everyone was in fucking lockdown.
Yeah.
So that meant I had a lot of time to reflect. I I remember sitting in this room a lot on my own because I had nothing else to do. And it just kind of makes you really reflective, doesn't it? And I was like, man, do I want to be doing this anymore? And I think the main thing for me was like, do I want to be nagging my best mates who are the band about getting shit done and about the direction we want to go in? Because it was me that was, leading the way.
Yeah,
and I thought,
you pushing.
Yeah, I thought maybe it's best if we just split up and I'd go off and do my own thing, because we've got the opportunity to do so because of the amount of time that I've had on my hands,
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I feel like I've developed as a person this year as well, actually.
How have you grown?
For the better. Well, I sobered up.
Yeah.
Except tonight is a special occasion.
You've been doing quite well, actually.
You won't see me do this a lot.
No, look at him with his cigarette.
As much as I used to.
Yeah.
This is a one-off. This is Christmas. I'm having my Christmas cigarette.
Yeah, Christmas drink.
Christmas fucking port.
You've not even been drinking that much, have you?
And I've not been drinking that much.
How come you've not been drinking that much? You've been trying to focus yourself that hard?
It's because it's like the purpose thing, isn't it? It's like, what does this do for me?
Okay, yeah.
So I stopped doing that.
You're looking at shit logically.
I am an ENTJ. Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Personality types.
You're an ENTJ. Okay.
So we could do this later, actually, part of the podcast, because I'd be interested to know what kind of personality you are. But basically,
I'm the dude.
Carl Jung, psychologist, clinical psychologist, guy that's fucking referenced in university,
challenge.
University challenge, no. University, like what's the curriculum. The curriculum.
University
People learn
curriculum.
about Jung, don't they, in psychology?
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I just watch murder mystery documentaries.
Well,
I know a lot about psychology.
He came up with the 16 personality types, right?
16.
So there's a thing you can go on the internet and you have to answer like about 50 questions and it'll like define your personality, basically. And your argument might be, but what if it's an off day and you answer questions a lot differently?
Yeah.
I've done this test about 3 times this year and it's always come ENTJ. So I'm a certified ENTJ.
What is an ENTJ? Give us
literally
context.
A dickhead, right?
You're a dickhead.
It's the most hated one of all the 16 personalities.
Right. So you've done a test and you've come up with the conclusion that you're a dickhead.
No, but
where did you take this test?
You can just take it online. There's 16personalities.com.
The online test like to see if you're a dickhead.
Yeah, it's free. It's free. It's like free, like. But
there's a 1 in 16 chance you might be a dickhead.
Yeah, basically. Oh, that's my dad. He's just turned up, back from work.
Merry Christmas, John.
But yeah, so we can do it later. But I can read out the ENTJ.
I'd enjoy that
if you want.
I'd like to hear what a certified dickhead.
But it's good because
like
employers use this sometimes when they're actually hiring people because they want certain types of personalities. So this would be something
to try and learn and manipulate, basically.
Basically, yeah. And since I've figured out my friends and what my dad is and everything, I'm just like, do you know what? I kind of get their perspective now. I get their way of thinking.
Don't start applying some game theory.
The ENTJ is the most arrogant and like logical, but it like doesn't accept anybody else's opinion. It's just like, no, you're just wrong. You know what I mean? Like, we're very black and white, and I do think that does. Hey up, Dad.
Merry Christmas, John.
We're just doing a podcast. No, it's fine. Come in.
I think we should get you your mic.
Some chocolates.
Merry Christmas.
Man. I'm telling them, yeah.
More chocolates.
Dog's bollocks, Mark Thornton's best in the world. How are you, sunshine?
Right.
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we'll come down a minute. Yeah, sound.
Yeah, come down. See them.
Shut that door for us.
Will do, lad.
We're also, the NTJ is known as the commander. See how we went, shut that door for us, yeah. That's what I do. Yeah.
The commander.
I don't ask, I just tell. ENTJ. Right, you ready for this, Joe?
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
All about the ENTJ personality type. So, the commander. ENTJs are strategic leaders, motivated to organise change. They are quick to see inefficiency and conceptualise new solutions and enjoy developing long-range plans to accomplish their vision. They excel at logical reasoning and are usually articulate and quick-witted. That's your boy.
Okay.
ENTJs are analytical and objective and like bringing order to the world around them. When there are flaws in a system, like the matrix we live in,
Okay.
the ENTJ sees them and enjoys the process of discovering and implementing a better way. ENTJs are assertive and enjoy taking charge. They see their role as that of a leader and manager, organising people and processes to achieve their goals. Now, it's funny because there's, like with all like personality types,
Yeah.
there is bad sides and good sides.
Yeah.
So
Go on.
we can go through them, right? And they do ring true for me. Like strengths and weaknesses. You know?
Let's start with the bad stuff.
Start with the bad stuff.
Start with the bad news, man.
Okay,
Start
bad
with the
news. Commander weaknesses. Stubborn and dominant. Sometimes all this confidence and willpower can go too far, and commanders are all too capable of digging in their heels, trying to win every single debate and pushing their vision and theirs alone. Now, would you say that about me? Because you've known me for quite some time
No
now.
comment.
Would you agree with that? It's fine if
No
you...
comments.
No comment. Okay, another weakness is intolerant. Which, I mean, I kind of disagree because I do take people's perspectives into consideration, you know.
So you don't consider yourself intolerant?
I wouldn't know, but the detailed answer is...
Do you feel like you can dig your heels in?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
And how is that
It showed with the
different?
band in this next point about intolerance.
Okay.
It's my way or the highway. People with the commander personality type are notoriously unsupportive of any idea that distracts from their primary goals, and even more so of ideas based on emotional considerations. Commanders won't hesitate a second to make that fact clear to those around them. And I can be like, when somebody enters, you've done it before. When you sort of put an idea to me, I will shut it down. Like, no. I do, don't I?
Yeah, you've been known to, for sure.
I'm just like, no, we're doing it this way because I've already thought about it. That's me. Do you know what I mean? Down to a T. That's my weakness. Another weakness is impatient. Some people need more time to think than others. An intolerable delay to quick thinking commanders. They may misinterpret contemplation as stupidity or disinterest in their haste, a terrible mistake for a leader to make. And I can be like that as well. When people are making their minds up, I'm like, yeah, come on, stupid. Come on. Hurry up. What are we doing?
How do you feel about that? Is that fine?
It's fine, but I think after reading this, I've realised that I am a dick. And the people that said I'm a dick for the past few years, I was like, oh my god.
Wait, so you think you're a dick for these reasons?
Oh, go on. Am I a dick for other reasons? Is that what you're saying?
No. That was a straight question. Are you a dick for these reasons? Are
probably,
you intolerant?
Yeah. Probably, yeah. I don't like the fact that now I can sort of objectively see my personality.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you know what? Maybe I have been a dick. And especially, this is very reflective of the band. And when I'm thinking about the times when I was with the boys, we were making decisions, you know, on the music side, or what gigs we were doing, or how we're directing the project.
Yeah. You're very in control.
This was very, very, very much me.
Yeah.
And he's the fucking, he's the bingo word, arrogant. Commander personalities respect quick thoughts and firm convictions of their own qualities and look down on those who don't match up. This relationship is a challenge for most other personality types who are perhaps not timid in their own right, but will seem so beside overbearing commanders. And I have been called arrogant a lot. And I do get that because I am arrogant, I am up my own arse. I'm very much like proud of what I do, proud of what I stand for.
Yeah, but like arrogance can also just be interpreted as self-confidence. Do you know what a Barnum statement is?
What's what?
A Barnum statement.
What's that?
So like,
can that might pick you up from that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sound. I can hear myself just as loud as you. Barnum statement is when a mentalist will ask you questions and make you believe that they're making predictions. So like people who are who can hear spirits.
Okay.
They will say
bullshitters.
Yeah, they'll say, yeah, she's coming through to me now when she sends her love. Realistically, that statement can be applied to anything. I think a lot of what you've just read out could be applied to anybody and be,
Oh, you mean?
I think they like.
This is not like horoscopes, because I think that's the angle that you're coming at now.
It's question answer. Fair enough. It's not what month you're fucking born.
I do feel this is more specified because this comes from off the back of answering direct questions.
It's interesting to see what you pick yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're given questions and you get a result.
Well, the ENTJ, the E stands for extrovert, right? Whereas I've always seen myself as an introvert, but it's funny because every time I talk to people, every time I shout at people, I say, I'm an introvert. They go, Reece, you're definitely not an introvert.
You're definitely not an introvert.
You would not say I'm an introvert.
Not at all.
See, now I would, because I prefer to be alone most of the time.
No, you don't.
I definitely do, mate. Like, I'm fine with being alone. I've met extroverts which cannot stand being on their own, and I can. So that's why I always thought I'm like an extroverted introvert. So if I'm in a situation like a party situation,
extroverted introvert. I feel like that should have its own special name.
It's called ambivert.
Ooh.
So it's a bit.
Now we're learning.
Now it's a bit in between. That's
ambivert.
what I've always identified as. Because the ambivert is basically someone that can go into a highly social situation and deal with it. Like myself, I think I can. In a crowd, I could easily jump in to the spotlight and, you know, be whatever is needed of me. I can interact. You know, I've never had a problem with that. I can spark up a conversation with anyone. Strangers, whatever. But when I'm on my own, fucking find it blissful. You know, I don't need that connection. This year I've figured that out about myself as well, for sure.
What, that your own space is valuable to you?
Yes, very much. Like, I prefer it as well. Like, if I'm given a situation of, like, high, like intensely high, an intensely high crowded situation where, right, this is a social event where you need to get yourself out there, I'd be like, yeah, I'm up for that. But also, if it's offered to me, quiet night in. Yeah. You know,
in that situation where it's mega social, are you quality or quantity?
Oh, that's a good question. Quantity.
Because
if I'm going out, I want to see a lot of people. I think that's why I've been a bit disappointed tonight, because not a lot of people are here,
and you've not been able to see everybody.
And that's why I kind of wanted to be tonight. But I've prepared myself for that. That's the thing. Yeah. So I've prepped myself up to be really social, and to be like, oh yeah, I can't wait. Put my arm around everyone, and be like, hey, how's it going? You know. Yeah. So, another weakness.
Another weakness. Fuck off with your weaknesses. What do you see for 2021? It's going to be a mad year coming.
We've got one more weakness.
Oh.
Cold and ruthless. That is me. Especially
we're going deeper, aren't we?
Especially when I finish things like relationships. For sure, I am very, very fucking cold when I do it.
You finish relationships cold. Like, that's a story in itself. Well, don't just brush over it.
No, what I'm saying is, any relationship that finishes has always got to be cold anyway. It's always going to be cold because you're telling someone to fuck off whilst you do your thing. Do you know what I mean?
You tell them to fuck off.
Well, yeah, that's what you do when you end a relationship, don't you?
You don't say, look, duck.
Fuck off.
It's time to fuck off.
No, I don't say that. But, you know, in hindsight, it is that though, isn't it? It's like, look, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. In that way. Yeah. You know, sexually, romantically. Yeah. Cold and ruthless, their obsession with efficiency. So yeah, I'm putting, you know, I'm really putting it out there on this podcast, Joe, that I am a dick.
Right out there.
You know what I mean? But I already know that I am a dick. So
it's a Christmas of self-loathing. That's something I can get on board with.
That's the title of the podcast.
Let's drink until it's better.
Yeah, that's the title of the podcast. What did you say? Christmas of self-loathing.
Christmas of self-loathing.
We're fucking having that as the podcast title.
Drink until it's better.
Their obsession with efficiency and unwavering belief in the merits of rationalism, especially professionally, makes commanders incredibly insensitive in pursuing their goals, dismissing personal circumstances, sensitivities and preferences as irrational and irrelevant. And that's so me, because when people get emotional and sad and shit, I'm always like, makes no sense.
Can't identify with it.
I'm like, stop it. Stop playing. Why? Because I've never been like that. Like,
yeah, you have. We all have.
Like what?
You felt like...
Feel emotion. I'm not saying I'm a robot.
What's a specific situation which you can't identify with?
When people are upset about a life circumstance that they can't change.
Like?
If
Being scammed.
Well, I mean, I could talk about a situation that you've been through, but I don't think you want that blurting out on a fucking podcast. I'm just trying to relate to you.
If you're a year back, no.
Yeah, a year back. So when
we'll leave that.
When you split up with basically, like you were really sad about that, man.
Yeah,
and like it knocked you back for like months.
Yeah.
And even though I fucking when it first happened, because instantaneously, I definitely get it because a breakup is hard for everyone, for all sides.
Yeah.
Especially when it's done to you. And I was instantly like empathetic. I was like, right, fucking go see my bro. But then when you were like depressed for months on end because of it, then that's when I was like, don't get this. Don't understand.
I know. I appreciate that.
It's done and it's gone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's how I think, you know. And that's why I do think I'm a dick. Because I can't. Because on that emotional level, I cannot connect. I cannot understand. Do you know what I mean? I can try to understand.
It's not necessarily about
but I can't put myself in your shoes and say, this is why. Because I'm like, no, this makes no sense. You just get on with it.
Yeah.
That's my, do you know what I mean? That's my philosophy in life. Get on with it, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And that might bite me on the arse one day, because I might get that much pressure, and I've told myself, and people might say that's toxic masculinity, like, just get on with it, stop crying, you know? But that's just how I manoeuvre through life, you know?
Yeah. You're very fast-paced. Which is like, I appreciate what you're saying, to be fair. It's like what it said about patience. Yeah. Patience, you've got to appreciate that people run at different speeds. And at the same time, me who runs a little bit slower than somebody like you, I appreciate the fact that you're steamrolling the fuck ahead.
Yeah, you said that loads actually. You're like, you're fast paced, you're like... But I've never got that either, because I just feel like I'm normal. Do you know what I mean? My pace is my pace.
Yeah. And that's comfortable for you then. Yeah. So that sets your own level.
Yeah.
Consider it like a reference track. Yeah. Your reference track might be Gabba, but somebody else's might be, New Order.
I get you, man.
Monday.
Totally get that.
And that's where it's different. So like your chill is somebody else's fast.
Because there's been so many scenarios where I've been in conversation with you where I've said to you, Joe, I've got fuck all done this week. All I've done is this, that. And you're like, bro, you've been productive as fuck. You've done loads. You've got loads. And I'm like, no, Joe, I ain't done enough, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, what you're doing is comparing yourself to yourself. So it's like, last week I've got to do better.
Yeah.
And the week after that I've got to do better. And the week after that I've got to do fucking better.
Yeah.
So you're just creating this constant up spike, and it's just like, I appreciate what you're saying. You want to do better. But at the same time, muscles grow when you fucking rest them.
Yeah, that's true. And I know that because I've been doing 200 push-ups a day.
Flex.
Yeah. And
flex.
And I notice my muscles bulge when I give it a day to just heal.
There you go.
And on the physical level, that makes sense.
Muscles bulge a day after he flexes.
But I haven't been bulging lately because I haven't been fucking doing push-ups the past couple of days because I was ill last week.
You're ill. Did you have the COVID?
I went for a test.
Oh, he's gone for a fucking test.
Went for a test.
Oh, bloody hell. I bet they've given it to him.
It was negative.
It was negative?
Mm-hmm. I had fatigue. Or as I say, fatigue.
Yeah, fatigue.
Fatigue. But it turns out I did have it. I went for the test.
It was just a common cold because it's Christmas.
But it wasn't a cold because I didn't have cold symptoms. I just ached and I just didn't want to get out of bed.
Again, I've never experienced just fatigue without a cold.
Do you know what it felt like? Depression.
Do you reckon that's what it was?
The physical...
It's the Christmas of South Lothian. Why didn't you get out of bed that day? Did you feel like you couldn't?
My body couldn't, but my brain was active. I was posting stories.
What was your brain saying though?
Brain was saying, you need to get this done. Why don't you get some music done? Why don't you...
were you sitting up in bed? Were you like chilling?
Yeah,
sitting up. On your laptop?
On my phone most of the time.
Not on your laptop?
Or my laptop. My laptop was by the side of the bed, so it was like I was on my phone and my laptop. But every time I got up...
I don't know.
Every time I got up, I was like, I just want to go back to bed. I can't. Like, I tried to tidy the house. I tidied the house a bit, and then I was like, going back to bed. This has fucked me. But my brain was alert and active. So that's why I know for a fact it wasn't depression, but it felt like the physical effects of depression.
Yeah,
where you literally, your body's just like
tired.
Yeah, tired, man. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was. It was some kind of virus for sure.
But it was not the COVID.
It wasn't COVID.
Coast is clear.
I mean, it could have been because them PCR tests aren't that good.
Are they not?
No, that would be interesting.
I thought that, to be fair. I've also had a COVID test.
Oh, yeah? When did you have it?
I
Same
had
time?
it, yeah, about 2 weeks ago now. I went in, nobody was there. I was gagging in some old man's face. It was beautiful.
What, who was doing the test?
Yeah. Because I'm really bad with my gag reflex. I don't practice that shit.
So you'd be a shit gay?
I'd be a really bad gay. Anything goes back there. Even if I see something a bit funny, like a dodgy scab, that might make my gag reflex go.
Just a scab?
And this man was trying to make me poke right in the back for 15 seconds each side.
This man was trying to make me poke right in the back.
Every time I went back there, I was like, ha! And then I was like, oh, you got to do another 10 seconds. And I'm like,
what did you think about the nose one?
The nose one was fine. I'm used to putting stuff up my nose.
Oh my god. Better check my messages if I forgot. That reminds me.
Check.
That's
a negative on the check.
Oh, fucking that was weird, wasn't it? I checked and now I've got a message.
Oh, send the confetti.
It's not that. It's my good friend Joe Stingray.
And he's saying...
I asked him what he was saying, and he's just put, been working, my dude, you recovered from Rona. So I'll message him after the party. I'll wish him a very happy Christmas.
I'd like to repeat, he's not got Rona. He's got a negative.
Yeah, so yeah, came back negative. But the testing was interesting.
What was interesting about the testing?
The hypocrisy that surrounded it.
Oh, this is taking a left turn. Let's hear about the hypocrisy.
So... You're aware of my stance on the mask wearing.
Bullshit.
All too well.
It's all bullshit.
I'm not saying it's all bullshit. I mean, the mask wearing is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any difference. And in fact, I'd say... I'd even argue that it makes the chances of getting it even better.
Higher risk of COVID.
By wearing a mask.
You're wearing a mask.
In my opinion. Just from what I've seen anecdotally. And what I've read. But then there's an argument now, I've seen a lot of logical... There's a problem with science, right?
Yeah.
You can have a lot of logical arguments and a lot of logical people stating one point and one opinion, right? And then they immediately shut down the opposing opinion simply because it opposes theirs, but simply because they've got science-backed data to support it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, the people that you're opposing have also got science-backed data that also support their opinion. So it's hard to find the answer because even something like science, you've got it's not black and white because you've got the Barrington Declaration. These fucking, I think there's like 50,000-60,000 scientists now which are against lockdowns and against the mask wearing. That's saying this makes no sense. Versus, MSM science that's saying wear the mask, social distance, this is going to stop us from having a doomsday, And them are the ones that we've been listening to. But as soon as you put an alternative view out there, like, oh, this scientist is saying this actually. Oh, it gets fact checked. And then you look at the fact checking, and then all that fact check is another scientist saying, oh, this scientist is wrong because this scientist said so. And it's like, well, hold on. They both got the same, kind of knowledge and PhDs. They come from the same sort of similar backgrounds. They're both qualified. So why is yours only right?
It's a difficult one. It's a really difficult one at the moment. And the only thing which really makes sense to me, because I've hit that point now where I'm not following it.
Yeah, same man.
I have to just chill.
Took me a while to get there though.
I go to work every day like normal. Like it doesn't make a difference to my life. And the only thing which I think about when I look at the news lately is, have you ever seen Adam Curtis?
No.
Adam Curtis is BBC documentary guy. And he has this piece on a Charlie Brooker weekly wipe. So it's comedy.
I love Charlie Brooker.
It's great comedian.
Yeah.
And this piece is titled "Oh Dearism."
Okay.
It looks at Russia and what they did during like the early 2000s and 90s. And it suggests that they apply game theory to the political climate. They will support Nazis one day, and the next day they'll support, freedom of speech, and they will just flood the market with opposing arguments, so it's impossible to understand any direction. And the only result of it is to say, oh dear. So he calls it oh dearism.
That sounds like something I've heard before, right? It's called non-linear warfare.
That's what it is.
Yes. So non-linear warfare is exactly that, where you've got an institution, like a media institution, basically putting out both sides of an argument, but in such a way that
it's impossible to.
It's an oxymoron, and it's an oxymoron in itself, because, but it puts the whole country in a state of confusion and division, and that's what's happened, man. Because everything's split in two now, and science shouldn't be like that.
At the same time, it rings out that a lot of older people are saying that it feels like they're in wartime.
Yeah.
That's something which I've heard.
Yeah,
where they feel like they're having to, react.
Well, Boris Johnson's acting as if it's a war. There's a taxi driver, right, that I know. You might have come across him because he's on the scene, especially in the...
I think I know who you're about.
Lyndon, Scott Davis. Yeah, he's been very vocal.
I appreciate his posts.
Yeah, he's been very vocal.
Yeah.
But, I mean, also, it's funny because before all this shit kicked off, I didn't like his post because he's like a proper far lefty kind of guy.
The way I see it, it's just an opposing opinion. Like he's
and I'm not that way inclined.
Let the man speak.
Yeah,
don't shut the man down.
Yeah, but it's funny because I've really connected with him during this pandemic because I'm in total agreement with him.
Yeah. And how it's been handled.
Yeah. And he said something about Boris Johnson, about how he likes to compare himself to Winston Churchill a lot. And
that's because he looks a bit like a fucking...
He loves Winston Churchill, and I think bulldog. This is the point that Lyndon made. And he said, he's put that into his own model of leadership, and now he's basically acting as if he's Winston Churchill in a war. This is his war, do you know what I mean? This is like Boris Johnson's World War II for him. And that's why he's took such a fucking arrogant kind of role. But the most arrogant one is Hancock. Like... Jesus Christ, man. But I mean, do we really want to go into that side of it?
Can I give you a little fun fact? Because not many people know that Boris Johnson was actually a journalist.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know how he got fired?
Was it something to do with getting someone beat up? Like he was in cahoots?
No. It was straight perjury.
Yeah.
He was writing stories which were actually fully lies.
Fuck, man.
He was just
proper
fabricating news.
Yeah.
So he's legally, he's actually not allowed to be a journalist anymore. He's had his licence revoked.
Do you have a licence for being a journalist?
Yeah, if you put out news which is fake under your name, and it purges somebody else's, character.
But how would you explain
defamation of character?
How would you explain things like The Onion? You know what I mean? Or like, obviously
because
fake news.
It's obviously satirical. They're mocking the fact that there are people out there which will see this on the internet and believe it. So in that sense, it's observational comedy. Like, it sounds weird and rough to say, but it is.
Yeah.
It's pointing at the fact that people believe it. Because they do. You don't put the fucking rappers back in, man. Because then it gets to a point where you go looking and you can't find shit for the rappers.
Yeah, but then it's like you find treasure.
What do you mean? You find treasure?
No, I get where you're coming from. I'm not.
Do you like bobbing for ducks?
Yeah. I like bobbing for Milky Ways and Mars bars.
I love a good Milky
So
Way.
you're obviously the kind of person that puts the rappers in the bin or puts them out of the actual tub.
Like, I'm pretty lazy, so normally I just start stuffing my pockets and just making sure that that what is priority is maintained.
Yeah, see,
this is chaos.
Yeah, that's me, bro. I mean, not in a lot of ways. I'm not chaotic,
but you've created like
I'm very ordered.
This evil lucky dip for yourself.
In terms of the chocolate box, you're completely allowed to put the wrappers back in the box.
You're not allowed to put the wrappers back in the box.
Do you know what? I'd even argue that it's the most logical thing to do, to actually put the wrappers back, because it's technically I'm all about efficiency, Joe. I'm all about efficiency.
How is this efficient?
because you've got a bin and a box of chocolates all in one. Can you argue with that?
Yep.
Go on.
It's not a bloody bin.
Well, it's acting as a bin right now. Because when I've had my bounty...
While you're also eating out of it, you don't eat out of bins.
Yeah, but this isn't a bin like the same as like my downstairs kitchen.
You're
bin,
right, it's not like a bin, is it?
No.
You fucking weirdo.
But it does two jobs in one. And I don't mind... At the same
time?
Yeah, but I don't mind...
This is my shower and my toilet.
I don't mind diving in, looking for something that might be an empty rabbit. Because when you get a full chocolate bar, yeah, then it's like a treat. It's like,
This is unacceptable.
It was worth it. It was worth diving in the first place. Right. So, you answer one of my questions now, man. Because obviously, this is like our idea before starting to record this podcast was I'll get interviewed for a change, which is nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Because it means I don't have to talk as much, and that's cool with me.
But I think it's Christmas time. I'm having a conversation with my friend. I think it's only fair I ask you the same question. So, what have you learned from 2020?
I've learned a lot from 2020.
Go.
Well, I got really depressed in 2020.
You did?
And I also now don't feel that depressed.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I've also learned a lot from that experience, I suppose. I feel like my main lesson for 2020 has been not to take it seriously in general.
When did you come to that conclusion though?
Probably in the last 2 months.
Yeah. So late 2020.
Yeah, anything which hits you, even if it's a really heavy, situation to deal with, I think you shouldn't take it seriously, and you should just kind of like sit back and just kind of observe it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've learned. Well,
that's what time does. You get the chance to be objective with something that's come before. Like, you can think of an upsetting memory now from years ago, but now you almost laugh at it and you're like, oh my god, how fucking silly was that, But at the time, that's not how it's appreciated.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Time, man.
What else have I learned? Don't buy off Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, okay. That's very practical. That's a very practical answer. It's quite direct.
Yeah, it's dodgy.
Okay.
Or at least when you do it, always go and pick it up. That's my advice.
What, don't get people to drop it off, are you saying?
Don't get people to deliver to you, because you can't rely on them.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
What was this then? This sounds like a good story. What did you order?
This story can come with slides if you like. Okay. This is an interesting story.
Okay.
This is the story of pregnant woman on acid.
Oh. What?
It will all
is this
make
related
sense.
to you?
Yeah.
A pregnant woman on acid?
Yeah, that's this. I've made the title very good compared to what the story is.
Okay.
I found a 4-track cassette player and recorder on Marketplace for £70, which is a very good price. Very good price. And I thought, yeah, I'll go for it. Can you deliver it to me? I'll pay for delivery if it's tracking. He says, yeah, cool. We agree, £70, sent it off. Bish bash bosh. 3 days later, no news, no parcel, no tracking number. Which is suspicious if you ask me.
Yeah.
So I messaged the guy and he says, I'm going to have to refund you. No excuses. No reasons. So I'm like, this seems fishy. And I message a friend and she sends me this Instagram of these people which I've sent money to already to deliver it to mine.
Fuck. What was it that you ordered?
The cassette player, the 4-track.
Sorry, I wasn't listening
then.
Sorry, I was not listening to the question that I asked.
And if Reese really wants, I can send him these screenshots.
Yeah.
We'll blur out names. And this is the girl of the guy which I bought it off. This is pregnant woman on acid. Strange photo, yeah?
I've never seen her before. Is she in Stoke?
Derby, Chester kind of way.
Okay.
These are just standard Instagram uploads.
Right. So I kind of, yeah. So.
And so I message this girl and I say, what do you know about these people? And she says, they're really weird. They're about to get banned off Instagram.
Yeah, they're into like exhibitionism. What's that? I can't see that.
Right on the top of the screen.
Hold on, I'll get my glasses. I don't want glasses on.
I think just at the top of the screen.
That's somebody's trousers down.
Yeah.
Right. And what's
and there's
that?
just a suspect article just popping out just before the leg.
What is that? Can't see.
It's a blurry image, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't see. Is it a dick?
Would you agree? Yeah. Would you agree that that's his dick on Instagram?
Yeah.
And would you agree that both of their trousers are down?
Yeah.
Which would imply...
Oh, pregnant woman on acid. Is that what you just named it? That's not what they've named themselves.
They've named themselves pregnant woman on acid.
Right, brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
And they've just had sex in a field, and they've captured the moment by taking a photo.
Easy question.
With what is questionably a ball end in the top of the photo.
Easy question. Would you buy acid from them?
No.
Oh, okay.
I got my money back.
Good for you, bud. Chester, bud. Chester.
But that was thanks to a friend giving him jip.
Banged a bird from Chester.
Congratulations.
In 2020.
That's tropical for Stoke, mate.
And that
you live in a high class. That's like,
that was interesting.
It's not quite caviar, but it's like what is it?
I quite enjoyed it as well. You know, like I like the accent. Like that element.
Do the accent.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. I fucking loved it. I was like, this is ace. I'm with a posh bird. And what was interesting, do you know, this is how I have sex, right? I'm not going to give you detail, but I mean, I do it in 3 stages. Foreplay, intercourse.
So wait a minute. Can I just make a quote? I'm just going to make quotes through this, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you details.
Yeah.
But it comes in 3 stages.
Yeah, but big picture, 3 stages. Foreplay.
Quote number 1.
Foreplay, intercourse, conversation. Yeah. You know the game, right? That's how I have sex, right? So you do your foreplay, right? You get in there, and then you have the intercourse. That's probably one of my favourite bits. But actually, one of my other favourite bits.
Quote number 2.
One of my other favourite bits.
You have the intercourse. Mm-hmm. That's my favourite bit.
And then one of my favourite bits as well. One of 3 favourite bits is the conversation that you have after, when you sort of cuddling and you kind of get to know each other.
You enjoyed Post-cum Conversation?
Yeah, defo.
Now this is a bold statement. Let's talk about Post-cum Conversation.
You really get to know people after that.
Some people, It has been said that post-cum, they'd feel dirty and don't want to conversate. How do you feel about
that? Disagree. But I get why people would think that, because I have been in situations where you go, oh God, what have I just done? was that it? Like, you know, like, was that what I come here for? But sometimes,
did you feel dirty?
With Chester Girl, it was good because it was like, it was a learning thing. It was like learning where she'd come from, how she got to where she is now, and what we're doing with our lives, you know. And I haven't really spoke to her since then. So
it was about learning how to bang Chester Girl.
Mate, come on. I think men and women are all the same. Like, if you go to bed like myself, then you know, then it kind of goes the same way every time anyway. Yeah, you know, other than small technical bits like, oh, she did this differently, or oh, this was a bit more trickier. or that was a big cave. That was tight.
She put a thumb up my bum.
Yeah, them are my favourite ones. But the conversation after, it was interesting because like she come across as quite posh and well spoken. Yeah. And obviously me, I'm the Stokey guy. But I think that's what attracted her as well. Because posh beards love that. They love the common. Don't give a fuck.
Posh girls love the common.
5 o'clock shadow kind of bloke, like, And I knew that was my role for that night when we went out. And I wanted to get on it. Yeah. I was like, I know what role I'm going to play here. I'm just going to play the idiot Stoke guy that just says, it's just blunt as fuck. Do you want come upstairs? Shall we fucking get on? Do you know what I mean? Like that. Not like trying to, tiptoe around potential lovemaking. Just going straight for the jugular.
For the jugular?
And
what do you mean, like?
What was interesting is, like, in conversation with it, even though she was speaking poshly and I wasn't, I was using big words.
Quote number 4 of the evening. She was speaking poshly.
She was speaking poshly and I wasn't.
Where the fuck are the Milky Ways?
I was using big words. She was like, what's that? What word was it? It was
flirting with girls with big words.
It was actually oxymoron. I said something.
You flirting with oxymoron?
I said it was. I said she said something, and I said that's oxymoronic. She went, "What's that? I've never heard of that." And I was like, "I'll tell you." And I explained to her what an oxymoron was. And
is it like Lady and the Tramp? Is that how it felt?
I can't remember how that film goes, so I couldn't answer that. But I remember explaining to her.
I think it's about bolognese.
But I remember explaining to her, an oxymoron is like old news, because if you put the words together, it doesn't technically make any sense. But that is an oxymoron, or like dry water.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. So it felt like I was a teacher and I was learning something, which was interesting because I'd looked up to her as if like she was the better one. Do you know what I mean? I was the peasant. That's how it felt.
It felt like a role reverse.
But after, post-cum conversation,
you felt like the master and the student.
I felt like I was directing it, and that's the moment when I knew I was destined to do a podcast because I'm good at conversation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I like the deep bits. And we were getting deep. She was telling me some things, that I think we both knew the situation was we'd gone out, we'd found each other attractive, we both wanted to fuck, but we didn't want anything else out of it, or we weren't looking at anything else out of it other than that. So I think there was this kind of like fuck it attitude in the post-cum conversation where it was just like, I'll just tell you about me and my life and I'll tell you everything because I know I'm probably never going to really speak to you again. So we've got nothing to lose, She was
telling me a really deep interaction with this girl.
think so, yeah. I would say so, for sure. She was telling me things that not many people tell you in normal conversation.
How does it feel in retrospect? Was it easy to get over?
Get over what?
The bang.
The bang? To be honest, I wanted to meet up with her again. I did.
So it wasn't easy to get over.
It was. Yeah, it was.
You wanted more.
No, I did actually want more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought there was something in it. Like there was some depth to it. And I thought, do you know what? I'd love to meet you again and maybe do this again. But I think she made it quite clear that she didn't want to do that. Like, because she wasn't
the one that got away, man.
The one that got away, mate. I was like,
Christmas romance.
I messaged her.
It's a Christmas romance, everybody.
I sent her a couple of.
It is not a white Christmas.
I sent her a couple of messages, like a couple of weeks after. But she wasn't biting, and I was like, I can see what's going on here, and I'm not a chaser, so I was just like, fucking leave it be. So that was that.
Got to be done.
But great bang.
Let it go.
Great lady. Great nice.
Great lady.
Great post-cum conversation.
Great lady. Great bang. Post-cum conversation was spot on. Would bang again.
Left her a fucking TripAdvisor rating.
Don't do that.
That'd be good, wouldn't it, though? Like, there should be like a dating app, right?
Like a Tinder where you get a rate review.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Give them a star, give them a little comment, like,
I don't know about that.
Cried after sex.
That's like getting reviews of people who have banged in your hotel room. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't want to know.
Fuck. That's a fucking multi-million-pound idea, that is. A dating app where you rate them after. Why isn't the one? Mate, that's like some pure cocaine conversation, and we haven't even got cocaine.
That's like a fucking Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I mean, speaking of Tinder, You got me into Tinder for a day.
Tinder. We came in Tinder about, what was it? It must have been like June. About June.
Summertime.
Yeah.
I got into Tinder. I think I had it for a week. And it scared the shit out of me. I just don't, I can't.
Why? It scared the shit out of you?
It's cringe.
That's a bold statement.
It's cringe as fuck, mate. Trying to sell yourself on a platform that you aren't there physically. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to be clever with your wording. Oh man, it's weird.
Tinder is a different one.
I'd much rather be
moment.
there in person, because I'm convinced that if I wanted to pull someone, the best way for me to do it is to literally be there in their face with my tongue ready. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, like, you know, Tinder.
That was quite intimidating, you saying that to me.
Right in your face.
Yeah. I get right in the face.
Yeah. What was weird, when I joined Tinder, like the day after I joined, a bird messaged me, not on Tinder. And it was as if women have got this instinct where they know. I don't know.
It's pheromones, bro.
It was, yeah, but you can't see that on the internet, can you? It was just weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I joined Tinder and I picked up a bird from social media, which I do not usually do, right?
Been pulling that card out, have you?
But that was because she messaged me the day after I joined Tinder.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, I don't usually do this, but I've seen you around before. What are you up to today? Like, you know, and that we got chatting, and then I just thought, fuck it, I've joined Tinder literally because I want to go out there and pick a bird, get out there.
Yeah.
So, what you up to? Do you want fucking go to a bar, like, you know, get some drinks in? And that's how that thing developed, you know, with me and. But that was interesting because, like, a couple of days after that, after I met, I thought, oh, I like this bird, you know, so I deleted Tinder, and I haven't been on it since. But
would you go back to Tinder?
Don't think so. No.
Do you feel like you've just you've finished that that part of life where you're going to be on internet dating?
Man, it's just strange. And then there's also with Tinder as well. You kind of feel like a sado because you're on it. And the realization is there's other sados like you that's on it. And I don't want to meet
full of sados.
Mate, I don't want to meet a sado like myself. You know what I mean? I want someone that doesn't need that shit or is not on there.
Yeah.
Because no disrespect to people that use Tinder, and I know a lot of people that have formed really good relationships from Tinder. You know, long-term.
I don't know anybody that's done a long-term relationship.
Mark was one. He met through Tinder.
Oh, really?
Jack, my mate, that was supposed to come down tonight. He met his bird that he's been with for 2 years now.
Yeah.
On Tinder. Yeah. I know a couple that's married and that have got a kid. They met on Tinder.
Shit. Tinder babies. That's going to be a thing. Tinder baby.
Yeah. Tinabies.
Ugh.
But yeah, I mean, as far as online dating is concerned, no tar.
What about dating in general? You go dating in the new year.
Fucking love dating. I love dating.
I fucking love dating.
I love dates, mate. I love dates. I love getting to know people in that environment.
Yeah.
Because there's almost like there is a little bit of pressure on the man side, I think. Like, and I feel it.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of putting yourself out there. You know, I mean, how I see a date, you're like sort of out to impress, aren't you? You know, you're giving them the best version of yourselves. And I like doing that. I do enjoy it. I do get a lot of satisfaction from doing it. And also, it's like a game, aren't you? You're in the date to achieve something. You either want them, you know, sexually. You want fucking sex out of it.
Yeah.
You want the intercourse. You want the 3-part. You know. You
want the beef supreme.
Yeah. You want the starters, mains, and desserts. the post-cum conversation.
You want the milkshake lemonade. So,
in that respect, I do like dating, and I do want to go on a date as well, actually.
Yeah, I feel that.
I do. I love it. I love the occasion. But online dating, no. But normal dating, you know, classic style. Vintage
OG.
dating, love. Absolutely. I know the modern... That's not
like
the modern...
bowling or quasar.
No. No.
That's OG... Come on.
Mm-mm.
Take a gal to quasar, she'll have a whale of a time.
Mine's food. You got to take about to some feed it or a drink. You know, keep it simple. With bowling and things, it's too stereotypical.
How's this? Okay, controversial. I think first date, you shouldn't go restaurant. You should go for coffee.
Yeah, never done that.
I think lower it.
Yeah,
like it's more about like you want to find out whether you want to chill with this person. You want to spend a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
Don't go bougie because you'll get how they present themselves in a bougie situation.
True. And also, you can kind of trick your own mind into thinking that it's really romantic and it's meant to be because you're creating your own
It's a romantic situation anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I'm a fool for that kind of shit, I'm a hopeless romantic. I think.
Man.
If I wouldn't date someone for the funness or just the general annoyance or the general, entertainment value, I'd date someone because I've seen something in you that I like. And I think I could see a future with us. Do you know what I mean? I have planned ahead. If I've asked you on a date, chances are I've probably thought about what it would be like to be in a relationship with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm instantaneous with the romantic shit. I'm just like, right, how would we work?
Spontaneous.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not. I'm cautious, mate.
I mean, I've got a lot of female friends that I like to be friendly with and nothing else.
Yeah.
But in terms of dates, yeah, for sure. I'm just like, no, we're on this date because I think you've got something to offer to me long term, and I've got something to offer you. So.
Oh, not just a boon.
No, of course not, mate. No, I wouldn't go on mate. I wouldn't put myself out there just for sex.
Would you not?
No.
Just once in a blue moon.
No.
Just if the poon's real.
No, but if I just get sex out of it, that's also cool. Do you know what I mean? Well, it's like with Chester Girl.
Yeah.
When I was chatting to her from the night, I was like, something could form here. And, we exchanged numbers because I didn't think we were having sex. My mind wasn't even programmed for that. I was like, if I get it, fucking lucky me. You know what I mean? That's good.
Roll them dice.
But because I got to that stage, that's when I was thinking, maybe we'll meet up again, But then the answer was pretty much no. Indirectly, I was just like, but either way, got sex out of it. You know what I mean? And that was good,
Yes.
So it's like positive mindset, I guess. I don't know.
There's one gain from 2020. Thank you, 2020, for Chester Girl.
Yeah.
Your appreciation for spiced rum and old people being locked away.
Oh, I'm not down with that. I feel bad about
that. I feel bad about my nan.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is she on her own?
Yeah, Arvira. She's on her own. She's also been developing anxiety this year as well.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 97.
That's a weird age to start developing anxiety.
Isn't it?
Because that'll feel pretty new. You know what I mean? At that age, it's like, what? Really? You've gone through all...
Yeah, man.
This moment of your life. This is the moment that you're going to, have psychological issues. It's
crazy.
Fucked up, mate. That's the situation that we're living in. And I feel awful. I feel really bad for old people in particular.
I feel especially bad for my parents.
Yeah.
Because they're having to be guardians for my nan. Do you know what I mean? So that the way
your parents
responding is very extreme.
And your parents are pretty strict.
Yeah, pretty conservative
on the COVID restrictions,
anyway.
aren't they? Yeah. So that's weird.
It's been intense.
Minutes over, yeah. This is now a long podcast so far.
Keep rolling.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Get 3 hours and cut it down.
Well, the interesting thing is what's going to happen with the cameras because they record and then you lose about 2 seconds and they carry on recording again.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of blank fucking things during the podcast, so I'm thinking about a way to make it all smooth, but it doesn't really matter because this is just one of them podcasts where we're just doing it spontaneously.
Just wing it anyway.
This has probably been my most open podcast, actually. I never really talk about...
You've given a lot this podcast.
I never really talk about dating or, my sex life or relationship and shit.
How do you feel talking about it?
Okay, because I want to do it. I want to be open.
Yeah, but some of that stuff's TMI, innit?
That's all.
Some information you don't need to give out.
No, but I think it's important for me, with the FAR thing, anyone that follows it or anyone that is a fan, and I don't like using that term because it feels weird for me that people are actually fans, but there are some people out there that are already fans of FAR.
Hey man, you fucking...
and that's...
You've got your little niche now.
But I feel kind of like... okay, who am I putting myself out there to be? And it's important to me that I'm genuine. So if you ask me something, I want to be able to answer it honestly, and I'm willing to put anything on the table. And if it, if I look like a dick because of it, that's fine. At least I've been honest and my conscience is clean. Because I'm not the kind of person that'll fake something, I fucking planned a big massive party tonight, mate, and I am gutted. I'm telling you, I'm gutted because I prepped myself up for a big social event and loads of people kind of let me down,
Yeah.
I am a bit upset about it.
Hey man, you're telling me I don't carry that shit.
You don't. But this is what I wanted this podcast to be anyway. It's called The FARSIDE, man, and I get accused of not going far enough.
Not going far enough.
Not going far enough.
You definitely go far enough.
Go deep, That's what I want to do. So, this has been good.
Let's make some predictions.
For 2021?
Let's do it.
Are we getting out of the coronavirus?
I don't think so. I think we'll see remnants of it for like 6 or 7 years, to be honest.
Fuck, man.
But, I think, realistically, the way we act about our lives, as long as we can be reasonable within our own circumstances, you're okay. We know this. Yeah, there'll be peaks where, flu seasons are going to come round and we don't know what the fuck's going to happen as far as restrictions go. But at the end of the day, the way you live your life has not been affected massively. You just need to keep going.
But all them people that have lost their fucking businesses and shit like that,
Adapt.
What we predicted for them. Because there's only one thing that I would predict in 2021. That is the collapse of the financial system. I think we're due a recession now.
Whoa. We're dropping bombs now, man.
Yeah, well, we'll get conspiratorial.
Shit.
We're only an hour into it.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about peak oil.
I think because of inflation, and we could get onto Bitcoin as well, actually, like how I've gotten into it. And
no,
don't.
Keep that one for yourself.
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm, like I say, I'm open. I want to talk about things. But I do really think...
You don't want to get there.
From what's happened in 2020 with, people losing jobs, people losing businesses, people being given money from the government and having to rely on the government, depend on the welfare state. I think that's going to bite us in the arse in 2021 through a recession. I think what we're going to see is massive inflation because they're going to need to fucking print more money because they've printed that much money. The only way to get out of printing money is by printing more fucking goddamn money. So that's what they'll do. And what'll happen is, I think the GDP will definitely depreciate. The US dollar will definitely depreciate. And any fucking monies that have been, operating during this pandemic is going to depreciate. But there's going to be something that is not going to be depreciating, and that's called fucking Bitcoin, mate. Right? And that's called cryptocurrencies, which are appreciating in value. And I think anyone that's, been listening all the way through this podcast, this is your treat right now. I'm telling you, get into fucking crypto because that is the future. I think it's way more worthwhile putting your money into something that is growing than something that is dying. And when I say dying, I mean the fucking financial system. The big banks. The big, you fucking JP,
JP Morgan.
JP Morgans and your Rothschilds, fucking centralised banking systems. Then they're going to go...
Fiat currency, man.
Fiat. Fuck fiat.
Fuck fiat.
Fuck fiat.
Get on a standard.
Any more predictions for 2021? What about making it, or us becoming successful, or Stoke on Trent finding success? Because that's something else that I'd like to have. I
think considering what's happened, I think a lot of people aren't paying attention to what Stoke on Trent has looked like over the next, over the past few months. I think it's changed a lot in like what Newcastle looks like on a day-to-day, what Hanley looks like on a day-to-day, what were our high streets are going to be affected massively.
Our favourite places, mate. Like, Piccadilly especially.
Yeah, it's prime. You've got to fucking start supporting local.
Yeah. Let's name some bars that are our favourites, man. I'll go first. Slamwich Club.
Slamwich Club. We've just had good news as well. North have actually taken over ownership of Clay Pizzeria.
Okay.
News came out today.
Yeah.
So that means that Clay is going to stay open with North as well. So that means we're going to get vegan options. Plus, North are actually renowned for amazing cocktails and really good nutrition options. You've got Gemma there. I think she is a nutritionist, so she is quite...
Who works at Clay?
Who works at North.
Is that my picking up your voice good? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
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 I'm just concerned.
Look, check.
I mean, to be fair, we're recording these separately anyway, these channels, so I can compress yours slightly more.
Well, it sound anyway. It sounds the exact same to me.
Yeah. Sound.
To me, anyway.
So, Slamage Club. Name another. Let's go for the big ones. Sugar Nut.
Bring back Toto.
Toto, fucking shout out. Jim Whitmore. I don't think Toto's coming back, or if when he comes back, I don't think he's coming back as Toto. He'll come back as something else.
As long as we get those juicy cocktails.
Yeah, for sure. Sugar Mill, Underground. Big up the Underground. Yeah, man. Well, I was working behind the bar for a little bit for them, for Lee Barber.
OGs. Got to represent.
I'd say Pilgrim's Pet, but obviously that doesn't have a place.
The Pilgrim's Crew. Shout-outs and Pilgrim Squad. Pilgrim's Crew.
I know Ashwall has bought some property and he's making his own cocktail bar.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that.
That's in Hanley, by the bus station.
Nice.
That should be good. Fingers crossed that'll be successful in 2021. Yeah. You can get that.
We've got one. We've got to pay respects to the basement.
Yeah, the basement, mate.
The best little place.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about the basement because I've got a gig.
Have you?
Yeah. My first ever gig will be at the basement.
Yeah, good.
As part of your City Festival. Look forward to that one. Basement's
that'll be great.
Man, basement is like it's a complete landmark, isn't it, in Stoke-on-Trent?
It really is, man. I mean,
for us.
Stoke's really got a historical, rep sheet for dance music.
Yeah.
And basement's still one of those cornerstones where it still happens spontaneously rather than you've got somebody big coming to Stoke or you've got months the
preparation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice to see that people are bringing in alternative genres still.
Basement says because you always know something's happening at the basement. It's been a night out around Hanley especially, you've gone the Mill or you've seen your fucking favourite local band gone the Underground.
But always
fucking chilling at the Slamage Club. Basement's where you end up.
Basement is the
and
one.
you always know there's going to be someone there that you know.
Exactly.
And you go into that fucking back garden, mate. You have a ciggy.
Go to that smoking area.
Ciggy. See the squad.
Yeah.
And it's destined to just be a banging night finisher. And you go from there, don't you?
I miss it. I really do.
Yeah.
I miss those nights.
Man, it's been such a long time since we've been to these places. It's crazy. It's going to feel so weird when we're back.
It's going to be mental.
Isn't it? But my issue is, I'd rather it be a straight back into normality thing, like a proper big zap,
It can't be
so
like
we go
that.
back into the basement and it's just banging nice and everyone's fucking on it, And we're just...
There'll be a first night.
Yeah. I'm not down with all this social distance bullshit in a venue. Like, no, man. I saw Darla J.
The only way it's going to work is if we move outside.
Yeah.
Definitely for the start of next year. It's got to move outside for the first few months because we're going to get waves. We're going to get waves, so we're going to need bubbles. And if those bubbles can be contained outside, it's a lot easier.
This is what I'm not down with, man, because I saw Darla Jade at the Underground, and that was like a socially distanced gig because it was only like 50 ticket capacity.
Mm-hmm.
She was brilliant. She's absolutely awesome artist. That doesn't not taking away that at all. But the fucking general vibes as like a fan or as a spectator was just, it's not right, man. Like, you've got fucking arrows on the floor. Go to your table, and then you're allocated a seat with certain people in a certain bubble. Wear your mask when you go up to the bar, and order your drinks from the table. And it's like, man, this is wrong. I'd rather just not go. You know, I'd rather not go. And the only thing that, you know, persuades me against that ideology is you are still supporting your venues, you're still supporting your hometown, you know.
I feel like now is a crucial time to give a shout out to the next people.
Go on.
And this is what will maintain us through the next few years.
Go on.
Okay. It's the kitchen gang.
The kitchen gang.
When venues fail,
yeah,
kitchen gang prevails, mate.
Who are they?
The kitchen gang.
Yeah.
They're the sesh crew, bro. When you can't go to a night out because it's segregated and you can't mix and chill, what are you going to do? You're going to go with your mates and get messy.
Yeah. The
and
kitchen
you chill
gang.
in the you chill in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But realistically, I think that's how it's going to look for the next few months.
Yeah. Well, I can't see us coming out of this bullshit pandemic.
Well, it's how we've maintained so far. Kitchen gangs. I've witnessed a few from, you know, socially distanced, safe locations. Yeah. And
mate, what if it just never goes back to normal and that's it? This is our life now.
I don't think that'll be the case.
When will people resist?
What even is normal? The past.
What we had last year, what we had this time last year, that was normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normal life, hugging, loads of people around, not worrying about.
2019 was mental.
Not worrying about.
Loads of people died. Like, it was a mental year. So much shit happened, and everyone's like, "Oh, don't worry, 2020 will be a different year. It'll be fine." Now look at us. Are you happy? Fucking.
Are you putting rappers in the rapper bin?
No, I'm putting them on your sofa.
I don't want you put them on the sofa. I want you put them in the rapper bin.
I'm going to empty this of rappers.
Sam's gave me a number.
Do you really want it?
No. I'm not that bothered, to be honest.
I think we could call it soon, to be fair.
Yeah.
Have an early one.
I'm not bothered about an early one. I think you should play some more music. But
I have to do that now, though, because I'm pissed and I'm almost ready.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we should end the podcast there then.
Okay.
You know, it's been a good hour and 15-minute chat.
Yeah.
That was
it
alright.
Definitely should be edited heavily.
No. All I'll do is bleep things.
I'm quite pissed. Please edit it heavily.
We'll leave it there then.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You filthy animals.
Son of a bitch.
I've been FAR.
I've been Joe.
Just Joe.
Not just Joe.
Just Joe.
Joe, a.k.a.
Shepherd.
a.k.a. Vector Flex. Representing the Roughhouse Gang.
Also representing the FARSIDE, man.
Also representing the FARSIDE. Also representing Open Sound. Big up to Ho. Big up to Rayman. big up to... I'm sure there's others.
Purdy.
Big up to Purdy. Big up to Rejected by Management.
Rejected by Management, mate. Yeah.
Big up to Loves It Merc. Big up to Paulina. Big up to Jukes. Big up to Basky. MC Keys.
Big up to you big cunts.
You son of a bitch.
Have a nice Christmas and a happy...
Big up to Celebrations. Big up to Port.
Thanks, bro. Let's play some music.
Let's do it.